Quick update. We're just getting our handle blanks epoxied down to some red G10. And I was gonna put something between this block and these so they didn't glue together, and I forgot. So yeah, we'll see how that comes out. Welcome back, part 4. You remember this guy? We're gonna throw some handles on it, but first we're gonna clean all this up after the heat treating. We've got some scale buildup. We'll just freehand the flat. We've still got our bevel jig set up. We didn't change that. I was gonna tell you that before. If you got something like this, it's not real easy to get right back where you had it. Don't change it until you're done, because we gotta clean these all up again. So let's just do that. There's the wicked bad orange and blue. One thing I will tell you at this point, this has been heat treated. If we get it too hot with this, we're soft, we start over with the heat treat. We don't want to do that. So got the bucket of water back there to dunk it in, keep things cool. See what we can do here. It's actually looking pretty good. We got, I'm not sure why that we still got some of that serration showing on that edge. We'll just clean her up a little more, get her going. There we go, that looks pretty good. I'm thinking we're gonna go with the Scotch-Brite style non-woven pads to surface condition. I like the look of that. I did that on that other knife. So, okie dokie, right here. You can kind of see it. We lost our focus. So there's a little line right there above my thumb. That's from scale. That's where that scale ate in a little bit. So we'll take that down a little more. Get rid of it. One more swipe and we got her. All right, I'm gonna get the jig set up, make sure it's good. I'll bring you back. All right, I think we're jigged up about correct, but just to double check, because I've thought I was right before and things went wacko. Just gonna throw a little marker on there. Get up there on the old grinder platen. Hold that flat. I think we're pretty good. Took most of that off of there evenly all the way across. So, you know, things might change a little bit through the quench and all that. So wouldn't surprise me that we're a little fat down there on the bottom, but I've just thrown that up there, and apparently something had gone out of whack, and I really changed the bevel on an old knife when I got to this point. So always double check yourself. This is 80 grit. We got lots of those little artifacts from the scale on this side. You can see them. See all those guys right there? So we're gonna have to take all of those out. They will not polish out. You gotta grind them out.
We're getting there. I'll bring you back in a bit.
All right, I'm pretty happy with that grind. So what we will do next is move on to handles. I'll get set up for that and we'll start. All right, this is a quick and easy, down and dirty. We're just gonna cut this. This stuff is liner material called G10. Really brittle. Hopefully it cuts okay like this. We'll see. Well, that's okay. We can put this on later. It did get our wood put together good, so we can work with that, I guess. That makes me wonder if you're not supposed to rough this up before you glue it, because that yeah, that pops right off, boy. That epoxy does not stick at all. Like I say, we've kind of laminated our handle materials together, so they'll be easier to work with. I did get some glue in this joint here, so we can, the bottoms are trued up nice. If we did anything, we did that, so. All right, that was quick. Go in and do some more. So I guess what I'll try here is to very carefully just get this epoxy off of there, because I cut these true. When they go together, they should match up nicely across that knife. So all we got to do is get that epoxy off. And this is a way I've never tried before, so you know, if it doesn't work, it was worth trying anyway. Let's say that. All right, so I guess we'll go over here. Whoops, let me beat you up a little bit. Beat you up just a little. Now what we'll do then is probably clamp this turkey on there. Get it where we want it. We'll clamp it on there, then we'll drill our holes through. Then we'll get the other one up there and try to hold them true. Probably clamp them all together with a pin in it, then we'll pull that pin out, and then we'll drill the holes through the second one so they're all the same. I'll get set up for that, and then we'll do some drilling. So generally I would do this in a drill press, but I guess I'm having one of those days. Everything doesn't want to, you know, cooperate. So I've got this little setup here, and we'll try. It ain't gonna work either. Yeah, that is not gonna want to work either. Okay. We took a break. Gathered our thoughts. Oh, but we didn't gather a stirring stick. Just a second. There we go. piece of an old black walnut wedge, I guess, looks like. This should be fun. Yeah, 28 pounds of clamps for 24 ounces of knife and handle. Okay, well, we'll let that set up for a while and we'll come back. All right, let's try this bandsaw thing again. First thing we need to do, make sure we're in the picture, okay. First thing we need to do, take these off. That's pretty simple. Copper's soft. And we'll take these down a little bit. Here we go. Noisy, no narration. Okay, now that I can kind of see what I'm doing here, I might try to bandsaw that a little bit, because that's going to take a lot of sanding. It's pretty deep. Be right back. All right, so we got her roughed out anyway. The best laid plans. Not sure how I did that, but that is absolutely not acceptable. Boy, I got them tops lined up though, and that's what I was worried about, and I did accomplish that. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear these off and probably just put one piece wood handles on here. This is a prototype anyway, so yeah. There was probably a lot of video that I had on here that you're not gonna see all the build up to this, so just know that there was a lot of stuff happened, and then this happened, and then the next part of the video happened. Oh, Lordy. Okay, we've done a major reset. I took a deep breath. Or two. Some good exhales. And maybe a little cerveza to calm my nerves. We're going with a straight up handle, black palm. Did a little bit of different stuff this time. I've got these already drilled. I did a bunch of stuff. We'll get there. Once I learn how to do all this stuff, like really good, and I'm not kind of guessing every time I do something, I'll show you how I do it. Once I find the right way to do it, let's put it that way. And once again, I forgot to get the stirring stick ready. No, that's tougher than I thought it was. Just a second. I know you guys have had days like this. It happens to all of us. I mean, you know, right? And I want to tell you right now, those handles were glued on as good or better than any other set of scales I've put on so far. So, got that. I got our 3 pins. Let's get our clamps up here. Let's do it right. I think I might use this little red clamp in the middle this time. It might work better. We shall see. One more. Okay. Isn't this exciting? So exciting. This is one of those days where I want to sing a little Joe Cocker. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you get up and walk out on me? That's all I know, so I'll stop. If you're not on that Forged in Fire show and you're not in a super big hurry, I would recommend using 10 or 15 minute epoxy, not 5. 5 minute epoxy is a little faster than you want to go sometimes, believe me. A little glue on our pins. I'm glad you guys are willing to learn along with me. You probably don't always learn a whole lot. You might learn what not to do. And if that's what you learn from some of my videos, I'm okay with that, because that's pretty important to learn from each other's mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes, all them platitudes we've all heard 100,000 times. All right, so there we go. Let's grab, let's see if we can find which one. That's the straight one, I think. All right, here we go. Let's let her dry. Cross your fingers. Hopefully this one works. Okay, here's a big unveiling. Did anything crazy happen on this one? Let's just see. I think we look good everywhere. Won't really know until we get right down in there. But the only way to find out is to get down in there. Yeah, that's all she wrote for that little blade there. Whoop. I just throw you guys around. You don't care, do you? I didn't think you did. It's all about camaraderie, friendship, and love in this house, right? So let's do a quick job on this here. All right, so we've got the rough shape of our handle now. and it all seems to be tight. We got tight seams everywhere. This, of course, is where those deeper cuts are in that rasp, but yeah, there we go. We got it roughed out. I don't think it's going to be a bad shape. Just enough to get your hand around. We'll see what happens here. If that seems to be sharp, we'll round her up if we have to. Don't want to hurt the person using the knife, that's for sure. Okay, so we're back. So basically, let's get that thing down. We got a lot of extra wood on there. Get everything kind of even. I mean, it's not perfect. Get rid of this guy. Go back to this 80. And I'll start working away from the platen and more up here so we can get a little softer curves. Okay, so that's a quick rough job. I think we've got it pretty darn close. Probably refine these up here a little bit. Get that glue popped off of there. And then we'll finish touching that up. I'll bring you back here in a little bit. All right, here's where we ended up. So that is basically rough shaped and sanded. Now I'm going to put the old belt conditioners or surface conditioning belts on. That thing sure doesn't like to focus up close. Yeah, just in the wrong spot. Anyway, we'll do that. We'll shine this up. See what kind of scratch marks we get in her, and I think we're gonna try it on this. I think it might just work on that palm. So we'll move back over here. Bring you back. Okay, so you're all familiar with Scotch-Brite pads. That's basically what's on this belt. This blue one is equivalent to 150 to 180 sandpaper. So take a look and we'll rough her up on here and we'll show you what it does. So it looks pretty good. Get that dirty water on there, it kind of takes away from the shine, but now we'll throw the next grade on there. That would be the gray, and that's a 220. And this guy, for some reason, is extra tight. Little grinder doesn't like firing up with this guy on there, so you have to give her a little boost most of the time. So I think, other than maybe a quick hand sanding on that handle, sharpening that turkey, which we're almost there, we're going to be done. So I'll do that. I'll bring you back when we put some finish on her. All right, I got you right up close for this action. I took this down just a little bit from whatever 220 that Scotch-Brite is to 400. We're going to use our old buddy boiled linseed oil. Pow! Oh yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nah, why are we gonna put it in there? Let's just hold it. Are we here to make videos or are we here to make knives? Yeah. I like it. I can see it's going to take a lot of that to seal that up, but that's okay. It's going to look nice when we're done. I like it. Well, folks, we got her done. We had some ups and downs, but we got her done, and I kind of like the way it turned out. So, first off, I'd just like to say thanks for hanging in there. It was a 4-part series. First bunch of videos I put up in quite a while, and for those of you that watched them, thank you. If you're new to the channel, it's just, it is what it is. Appreciate you watching. Go ahead and click that subscribe if you feel like it. If not, just pop in and give us a like or a look or make a comment. We're all good. Love y'all. Now go out and get you some.